Hi, this is Chef DavidBishop from Chef to You. Today I'd like to show you how to make some simmered cabbage. We'll start with a fresh head of cabbage, a little bit of dark green on the outside. Let's take a look at our ingredients. As I said just a minute ago, we want a head of cabbage with a little bit of dark green. We don't want the real deep green because it's not going to be too bitter. We would like a little of this dark green for color and for flavor. We got some bacon fat, salt, pepper, crushed red pepper. We got some water right here that we're going to be cooking it in. Let's get started here. I'm going to break off these two outer leaves. I can already see the darker color. You see now I got my typical green cabbage right here. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to set these out of the way. We'll cut these down the middle. Put them right on top of each other. Cut them down the middle again. And we're going to cut about a quarter to a half-inch strip. What we're going to do here, we want to take this darker cabbage, we're going to put it in a strainer, and we're going to wash this and set it aside and start on the rest of our cabbage. Safety is very important when cutting up a cabbage because it is round, it can be dangerous. I'm going to take and cut this root off to start with, move that out of the way. Now I like to take a sharp, strong knife, start right in the center, kind of saw a little bit and then go straight down. Keep your fingers out of the way. Now you see I got a half a cabbage. And we'll take this knife and go right down the center again. I'm going to turn it. Take my knife right at the top of that root. Come right up underneath it and only the root. I don't need anything else gone. Set my knife down here, let you see. All I did is cut the root out. Now what we're going to do is take this cabbage, that loose leaf, we can cut that later. I'm going to cut it right down the center. Again, about a half-inch, quarter to half-inch slices. You can cut larger slices, but the person you serve is going to have to cut it on the plate. And I don't want my customers have to do that. I'll go ahead and cut up the rest of this cabbage. I'm going to wash it and let's go to the pot. We got our water boiling, cabbage draining right here. Let's go ahead and add our flavorings and our salt and pepper. 3 tablespoons of bacon fat. If you'd like, you can go ahead and do strictly lean, fat back. You can put brown off some bacon, put the bacon and the bacon grease in there. Country ham. Your choice of what kind of meat you want to put in there. Now if you're vegetarian, vegetable oil will be fine, about 3 tablespoons. Alright, we're going to put about half a teaspoon of salt to start with here. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. Crushed red pepper, we're going to put about 2 or 3 good pinches in. We want a little bit of a bite here, but we don't want it too hot. We're going to bring this a good rolling boil, let it cook for about 5 minutes. I allow this to boil for a couple of minutes. My reason is I want the flavor of this broth to be good and rich. If I add my cabbage and the broth is not strong, my cabbage is going to come out weak. When I make cabbage, rutabagas, turnip greens, collards, any of those rich flavored vegetables, this is the procedure I go. So what I always like to do, gotta be careful, it's very hot. I want to taste this. If my broth is rich, then I'm good to go. If not, I might have to add a little more salt, pepper, bacon fat. That's good. I can taste the salt, just a little strong on the salt. But by the time the cabbage gets in there, it's going to dull that down a little bit. I can taste the heat of the red pepper. The reason I cut up my dark cabbage first, we're going to go in with that now. Let this cook 2 or 3 minutes to soften it, since it's going to be tougher and a little bit bitterer. That way we can go ahead and get that soft. We're going to cook this the whole time with the lid off. We don't want the lid on. This is a strong vegetable and we want to go ahead and let some of that bitterness of the vegetables kind of evaporate out. So we'll let this bring to a boil for about 2 minutes. Let's start adding our cabbage. Now you're going to say, Chef, there's more cabbage than there is pot. Don't worry about it. It's going to cook down. Go ahead and push it down into that hot liquid. Keep adding it. Keep adding until you get it all in the pot. You're probably thinking, boy, Chef, you're cooking for an army. That's a lot of cabbage. Actually, this is only about 6 servings of cabbage, a medium-sized head. This is going to cook down. It's all going to be below the liquid in a couple of minutes, believe it or not. If you do have some leftover cabbage, you can go ahead and put it in the refrigerator and microwave it the next day, individual servings, till it's warm. Don't microwave too long, it'll be too mushy. See how it's cooked down? Everything's underneath the water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this to a medium heat. Let this cook about 5 to 10 minutes. We don't want to overcook it. We don't want it to be all white when it gets done. We still want that bright green. Get about 5 to 10 minutes. Stir about every 3 to 4 minutes. Our cabbage is done. Still got a nice green to it. A little bit past the al dente stage. Again, don't cook it till it's white. You don't want to do that. You lose too much nutritional value. Let me show you right here this water we got here. This liquid, I should say. The Southerners call that pot liquor. You can actually, after you take your cabbage out, let it cool. And while it's still warm, drink the broth. A lot of vitamins, real good with the flavor. The same flavor that's in the cabbage is in that broth. One thing to remember when you're paning up this cabbage is, make sure when you spoon it out, you get a perforated spoon to get most of that liquid. Because when you're passing around the table, that hot liquid that's in that bowl, if it spills on somebody, that would be not a good thing. Let's go ahead and plate this up. Got a hot pan of steamed cabbage right here, ready to go to the table. This is Chef DavidBishop cooking and teaching. Until next time, may God bless.